Welcome guys, welcome to a new video. On today's video, what we have here is a Motorola G5G. We have this one of the newest Motorola, and what we're gonna do, of course, what we always do in this channel, repair the screens. You guys can see it's so badly broken. Every piece of glass is falling apart. If you touch it, it might get in your fingers, but anyways, we're gonna replace this screen, and this phone is gonna be just like new. And to do that, we have the screen replacement down here. I might leave the link where you can get the screen on the description down below. Let's do this. We're gonna start by opening this phone that we have the new screen. All right, let's start by opening this phone. And even before we open it, what we're gonna do is we have to remove the SIM card out of this phone. Here we go. Sorry about that. We are going to remove the SIM tray. That right there. Just put it on the side. This phone is ringing, by the way. If it helps, we're gonna shut this phone down. It's better to have it like completely shut down. Anyways, once we open it, I'm gonna show you something else. All right, there we go. The phone is off, and we are going to open the back. To open the back of this phone, you don't have to unglue anything or remove any tape or adhesive. What we're gonna do, as you guys can see, we have the screen and the middle frame right here. So we're gonna grab one of our razor blades. I use these razor blades. You can use one of those plastic guitar picks that people use. I like to use the razor blades. I'm gonna go straight right here and opening the phone just like so. This is gonna be very nice repair. I bet many of you are gonna try this, and we're gonna be doing this. But basically, this is just it's just together by some clips. You just have to like kind of pry it off. As you guys can see what I'm doing, just pry it off. Well, you gotta be by these bottoms, you gotta be extra careful. Maybe just go very slow right here in the middle, because we have some cables, so you gotta be extra careful, as you guys can see right here. All right, we're gonna go around, and if you feel like it's very hard to remove it from here, it's because in this area we have some adhesive. So in this area, it's gonna be a little harder to do this. So what we're gonna do is just go around and just keep going, doing our thing. Some dust in there. Just keep going, and we just gonna pull it from here. As you guys can see, right there, it's just like a little more stuck than the bottom. So from there, we're gonna use our flat tool, something that can help you to get in there like this, because there is some glue. It's just glue around this area. You don't have to worry about. It's nothing you can break in here. Of course, you're not gonna just don't pull this by force. We have a cable for the power button. I want to explain you every single thing. All right, just pull it, and ooh, you see how easy it goes. And that we have the cable. You gotta be careful, because if you break this cable, something might not work. Okay, do you see? This come out very easy. It's just like in between the frame. It's just hold by just two little legs, one of each side. It's not screw or anything. So that's how it's even gonna come out by itself. All right, so once we are in this situation right here, you can flip the phone, and we are going to use our Phillips screwdriver. We have our Phillips screwdriver. We're gonna remove all the screws. We can take a look at our screen. Some of the phones requires you to remove all the one on the bottom. But remember, because we're gonna transfer everything from this phone to this, because we're doing a full restoration with the frame. Sometimes we get the screens only the screen itself, not the frame. But if you pay maybe like extra $5 or so, you can get it with the frame, and it's gonna be a lot better, especially on this situation when the phone is even bent. As you guys can see, it's a little bent. So in this case, we're gonna remove everything out of this phone. All right, we're gonna start by removing all the screws, and we're gonna use the Phillips screwdriver. Let's do that. And that's one of the last screws. After that, we're just gonna basically remove the top. As you guys can see, this plastic piece just come off just like so, and same thing on the bottom. Gonna grab that piece, and that piece is actually the loudspeaker, so make sure you put it back. You don't want to have a phone with no speaker. Okay, first thing after removing the screws and all that, a battery. We're gonna unplug the battery. That makes sure no power is around this phone. I'm gonna remove that power button also. We're gonna remove mostly everything out of this phone, but I'm just explaining you how I do it. Then we have a few other connectors in here that we're gonna just also I have long nails. If you don't have long nails, maybe use one of those guitar picks to basically unplug the cables. I don't tell you to use some metal, because sometimes people go here and messing things up with this. I don't recommend this to be used to unplug the cable. All right, we have another cable right here on the bottom. We're gonna unplug it as well. Okay, we unplug a bunch of cables. Let's go back to our screwdriver. Remove a single screw that is holding down this motherboard. This motherboard is gonna have to come out. All right, just by removing that one, I'm gonna look for a place where I can just pry the motherboard out of this shell. It's not difficult. It's just maybe some places work better for you than others. So I'm gonna just go right here. I see an opening, and I'm gonna just lift this motherboard. It's nothing major here, and you see we have two cables. Just what I do is just I even keep them right there. You see, I'm not gonna unplug those cables. Those are antennas, by the way. And I'm gonna do the same thing on the bottom with the charging port. Just I'm gonna like lift it from one side, and then kind of like pull it. So you guys can see we're gonna have this charging port and the motherboard just out of the frame. That's basically what's going on here. Okay, we have 4 more things to remove. Let me just name it. A ear speaker. We have the power button and volume button as well. We have the battery, and we have this vibrator. I'm gonna put this motherboard on the side and work on this piece right here, so I can show you what's going on. To remove the battery, these batteries are pretty well like glued down, a stick. They have a very difficult thick what's it called, adhesive to remove. So I'm gonna help myself. I'm not gonna fight with it. I'm gonna help myself with I have this heating mat. You can use maybe a hair dryer or a heat gun, but I have this heating mat, and I'm gonna just heat up this phone. And I'm not gonna only use heat. I also have alcohol. This alcohol is isopropyl alcohol, and it's gonna basically evaporate really quick, but also it's gonna help me to get that adhesive loosened, so I can extract the battery with the less damage as possible, because these batteries are pretty known. They are known for being like really hard to remove. All right, if you think I'm talking too much, maybe this video is not for you. It's not, because it's so many steps and points of repair to consider when you're fixing one of these phones to make sure the repair is successful. All right, there you go. I just put a little bit of alcohol while the phone, while this frame, this is not a phone anymore, it's a piece of phone. All right, it's getting warm, and I'm gonna just keep watching, keep my eye on it, and controlling the heat. This is one of the most difficult part of this repair, I would say, removing the battery, because the other pieces, they come off really easy after removing a couple of screws here and there, prying off some clips, but the battery is just well glued down. And after we get this done, I'm gonna show you something else, so that way we go step by step. All right, I'm gonna leave this for a few minutes so it gets really warm and hot, so it's gonna be easier to remove. I'll be right back. We are back. We didn't give so much time, but we're gonna start to try to see if the battery is giving up on the adhesive. And I feel a little bit it's kind of giving up. I'm gonna start on this corner right here because I saw it's the weakest point. And maybe as I go, I put even a little more of this alcohol. And I'm gonna tell you, be careful right here, because you see we have a cable that goes from the charging port to the motherboard. We don't want to damage that one, because that one we need it. We need to install that one into the new frame. Okay, this is one of very strong ones. I recommend it. If you can look for it, maybe you can find it where the places where the nail supplies or something like that, because I think it's something that they use to clean the nails or sort of things. But anyways, let me just go ahead. Okay, woo, you heard that? Yeah, that's the glue giving up. As you guys can see how the battery looks. This as you guys can see, right, we have some crumble here, but it doesn't matter. This doesn't affect the battery. We're just gonna put it on the side. As you guys let me show you, that's the cable. Just grab the cable. It's also glued down by adhesive. I'm gonna put it on the side, and even while it's on this heating mat, I'm gonna just shut it down so I start to cooling down. I'm gonna remove that a vibrator. Be careful, because this is very thin right here on the bottom, and you just want to kind of pry it off, and it's just glued by adhesive like the rest of this furnace. All right, so we put that on the side. And also the ear speakers, be very careful removing ear speakers if it's your first time. Maybe just remember, ear speakers are made by two pieces. If you split it like any other speaker, the coil is gonna be broken and it's not gonna work. So make sure you grab it, you take it out in one piece. All right, last thing we have to do is remove the power button, which I always go by the end of the power button, as you guys can see, because it's kind of thick on the end and kind of lifted like that. These cables are really thin. Maybe take a little more time than I do trying to figure it out and removing it. Be like extra careful, take your time. This is not my first time doing it. That's why I go so easy on them. I mean, I go fast and I have no trouble doing it. But for you, might be the first one doing it, just take your time. Take your time. You have to like remove this power button like you're splitting two pieces of glass. Like, be very gentle, go straight in the middle, and it will come out just like so. Maybe not that easy, but just take your time. All right, now we have an empty shell right here. If we could say, we have an empty phone right here, and we have all the pieces around. So let's just jump on our new frame and start to throw the pieces in the new frame. Very easy, right? Well, we almost get there. First thing I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna grab the vibrator and place it back to its original home. I'm gonna make sure I do most of this stuff on camera. I'm not gonna cut anything, so you can see how mostly of this repair is it's not so complicated. I'm gonna remove a few plastics covering the adhesive. I'm gonna put that one right there. And I think, for this one, after you remove it, the adhesive, just as you see the shiny part, it don't have adhesive, it don't have glue. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab a little bit of a glue. Could be one of the B7000 that I always use, or different kind of adhesive, liquid adhesive, just like so. And I'm gonna glue it in place, and it's gonna be very, very, very nice. Let me grab that. So I'm gonna put just a tiny little bit in there, and close that up. And I'm gonna push the power button right where it goes, right there. So you guys can see, I'm not gonna glue this other part. I could do it right now, but the video will take very long. I would wait for it to dry. Okay, that's how I'm gonna do it at the moment. Okay, now we have 1, 2, 3 pieces already back in there. The other piece is gonna be let's see the battery. I'm not gonna put the battery right now. Let's put the motherboard. Let's install the motherboard, and it's gonna be pretty easy. All you gotta do is like lay your motherboard flat in there and make sure it just fall in there. that was pretty easy. Like, it's not nothing else you can do. And remember, it's just hold down by a screw. If you don't remember where the screw was, all you gotta do is put your plastic like kind of on top, and you're gonna see the space where there is no hole for the screw here. So you know it goes right there. Very simple. You can remember. If you don't remember something, just go back and time and see what happened. Sometimes I don't make sense, but anyway, okay, same thing with the charging port. As you guys can see, first it goes like in between there, and then push it down. And the cable, just make sure the cable, the white one, goes on the top, because I think it's a little thicker, so I just hold down the other second cable so it doesn't like fly around. All right, we're looking pretty good right here. What we could do now is this middle cable. This adhesive always giving a hard time, huh? Why they don't want to go in piece? Okay, there we go. There you go. You see, it's gonna tell you this is like motherboard, and this is gonna be for the charging port. So we're gonna plug in right here the motherboard. We're gonna push it in there, and the charging port. There we go. Wow, our phone looking gorgeous again. Our phone is looking gorgeous. All right, next we're gonna plug in the LCD. And the LCD, we have the cable itself. I think it has this adhesive, you see, so you don't have to also be fighting with the cable to stay in place, because it has its own adhesive. All right, now we are ready for that battery to come in. So let's remove these other 2 adhesive protector stickers, and let's grab our battery. Okay, this is our battery. If you see these little things right here, you can flat them down with the same tool. You see, looking nice and flat. Make sure it don't lose shape. Like maybe you might bend it a little bit. Just put it back the way it was, and that's it. You see, those wrinkles does mean nothing as long as you don't pierce it. If you pierce your battery, if you were using maybe some things like this and you pierce it, you're gonna feel a smell. That, be very careful. Don't use that battery anymore. Throw it away, and don't throw it away. Recycle it and buy a new one. All right, after this, I'm gonna install in the battery. Before I even connect the battery, I'm gonna plug in the power button, just like that. And now I can plug in the battery, and at this point I can test my phone. This is the power button right here. You see, we can press it. This phone should come on. I think I saw the light, and yeah, look, we have our phone turning on. Okay, perfect. We can wait for it to turn on. Okay, all right, we have it. We can test it also, you know. You can give it a quick test even before you finish the phone repair, the full repair. You can always do a little test here and there to make sure you know, the phone touches and stuff. All right, seems like it's working fine. I can fully test it when I finish. I'm gonna leave this plastic to protect the screen from scratches. And all right, everything is looking good at this point. Even with this like that, I can put this plastic back in here. There we go. I'm gonna make sure that one goes in there. All right, and we're gonna start to put our screws right back at it. All right, same thing on the bottom. We have everything here perfect, and we're just gonna put the speaker back on place. All right, so at this point we're gonna put all the screws on this phone. Let's do that right now. Okay, all the screws are back in place. The last thing I'm gonna screw down is this little metal piece that basically is just holding the power button on place. Make sure that power button don't get unplugged, and it's just 2 screws right here. All right, okay, so we have this this flex cable flying around in here. Same thing that I did. I'm gonna grab a little bit of what am I using? 7000. And or you can put adhesive also. If you like to put adhesive, you can cut a piece of adhesive and just, you know, double side tape and just put it in there. Really nice, and also will work perfect. All right, just making sure this stays on place. There we go. Okay, this is what we have here at the moment. Okay, this is what we replace. That's the new screen. Okay, we are going to put the back cover now. Okay, see, we remember we have the bottom out of the frame. One advice I can give you is, like, for the beginners, before you even glue down or like screw down this right here, if you're having a hard time putting it back, you can even go back, remove these 2 screws, put it in place, and just connect it. Let me just show you right there, because this is gonna be very important for this repair. So just grab it, remove the thing, unplug the cable, bring it out of here, put it in place, and now just connect it, because I know a lot of you are gonna have problems. For me, I don't have any issues doing it the other way, but it's just gonna be more challenging, I can tell. So this way, take a look, you're not gonna have any problems. After this, just flip it, and this is done. We're gonna start from this side. We're gonna close it right there. There we go, and just push it. Just push it. All you gotta do is push. As you guys can see, make sure it's closed. I mean, it's a piece of tape got in between there. There you go. Just take it out, and boom. That's how you do it. Put the SIM card back on it, and this is done. Take a look. Let's test it out. That's how you repair this Motorola 5G. Remove that plastic connection, and that's it. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you back. Hey, before I leave, don't forget to subscribe and leave a comment down below. All right, and leave a thumbs up if you like this video. I hope this video helped you to fix your phone. I'll see you back in the next one. Thank you. Goodbye.